In every instance of your life, you are the main character. So imagine right now, you had the chance to rewrite your story. And I mean the story of your life. Not tomorrow, not next week. I'm talking about today. What would that story look like? Would it be about struggle, like how you worked a 9 to 5 with a 2-hour bus commute in the freezing cold? A life where as soon as you wake up, the only thing you have to look forward to is the pennies you have left over after spending the rest of your paycheck on bills? Or would it be about how you flipped the script and created a better life for you? A life where you can just look back on your accomplishments, the hurdles you had to climb, and discover what true peace feels like. Because I know what I'm choosing. But guess what? That power, you have it right now. The power to change your life at any moment. But here's what I need you to understand. You are not here just to exist. You are here to live, to be the main character in a story so good that people ask, how the heck did they do that? And the crazy part is, many of us forget that we have this power, or don't even realize it, really. It's like we continue to let life push us around, and we just forget that we are the ones that just hold the pen. Do y'all remember Harold and the Purple Crayon? Well, for those that don't know, back then there was a book about a boy who had this magical purple crayon, and whatever he drew just came to life. I want some of you guys to realize, or all of you guys to realize, that is literally you right now. If you can imagine something like Harold, you can bring that very imagination to life. And obviously it won't be as easy as using a magic crayon, but you get the point. But to bring everything back to earth, understand that I know how it gets. You wake up, you go through the motions, and before you know it, years have flown by. One birthday after another, after another, after another. Work happens, bills happen, responsibilities happen. It's like an endless loop that just keeps you running, but you just feel like you're never getting anywhere. And then you find yourself looking around, and it seems like everyone else is just living better. They're just happier than me. And you start wondering, why isn't that me? But let me tell you something. That feeling, it does not have to be permanent. Because the truth is, the story isn't over. Like, look around you. None of what you see right now is set in stone. And you're definitely not stuck. I've seen people come back from the lowest of places. People who had nothing left but a choice to keep going or to give up. But realize that the ones that chose to keep going are the ones that are likely going to experience that change. Now look at someone like Steve Harvey, for example. He was living out of his car. Now he's inspiring millions of people with his success stories. And what's changed? It wasn't luck, it was mindset. And I bring up Steve Harvey because he's very inspirational to me. And I remember him telling a story about fleas in a jar. The way he put it was, you see, if you put fleas in a jar and screw the lid on, they will jump and hit the lid over and over and over again. So eventually, they just stop jumping as high because they learn to avoid the pain of hitting that lid. And here's the crazy part. Even when you take that lid off, the fleas won't jump out. It's because they've been conditioned to believe that that lid is still there, even though it's gone. And that, believe it or not, is how many of us live our lives today. It's like we don't embrace the main character role, and we just let past failures and doubts and limits that others have placed on us just keep us from reaching our full potential. But let me tell you something. You are not a flea. You got the same power Steve Harvey talks about. The power to break free from the limits you've been conditioned to believe in. But it starts with one choice. The moment you say, wait, I'm the main character. This is not how my story's gonna end. But here's something that I've realized though. When you have the confidence and the belief that you are the main character, something shifts. Something shifts from within. That social anxiety you feel, it starts to fade. The people that you avoid, they will no longer faze you. It's like something about this main character mindset. It's almost essential if you want to be successful. And no, I'm not talking about successful with a big corporate job or mansion with a pool. I'm talking about success in the little things. Like that girl you could barely say more than one word to, and later you start coming up with all these things you should have said instead. When you're the main character, you're in charge. You can be free and just be yourself with no underlying thoughts or doubts. So then, that same girl, you're now making her laugh. The jokes that you thought of too late, they're suddenly locked and loaded right in the front of your brain. As the main character, you'll start to find yourself gaining bass in your voice, and conversations with literally everyone will start to flow like never before. And I know this because I guess I can say I felt this myself. I've had those moments where I felt like I was an outsider within my own life, like I was just outside of my body, watching everything and everyone from the sidelines. But it really all changed once I started watching people. Specifically people with confidence. The ones that didn't care about being judged for what they said. That just had an aura that radiates and just says, be around me if you want. I'm still me. That is what I wanted. That is what I wanted to be like, really. So I started small. I started to talk to myself every day, focusing primarily on me. I even started creating a dialogue, like a dialogue from myself to myself, as if I'm having like a full-blown conversation. But let me tell you, they were the smoothest conversations, which ultimately I feel like gave me the skills to then apply this smoothness to real people and real conversations. Now I can say throughout that process, I trust myself a lot more. And slowly I realized that every step forward, no matter how small, was me taking back control of my life. So that's the shift. When you go from waiting for change to then creating it. Your story is yours to write. Nobody else gets to decide how it ends, just you. And yeah, like I said, life's messy. It's tough. But the best stories, they're the ones with the challenges, with the setbacks, and the comebacks. So pick up that pen or marker and start writing the next chapter. Make it a story that you'll look back and say, yeah, that was me. So here's what I want you to do right now. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Because the perfect moment, it's right now. To be the main character of your story, start acting like it. Write down one small change that you can make today. One step that proves to yourself, I'm in control. Maybe it's starting a conversation with someone that you've been nervous to talk to. Or maybe it's choosing to wake up an hour early to work on your dreams. Main characters, they don't wait. They move, they choose, and they create. So just try it out. Take that first step and just see how it feels. Because here is the truth. The more you take charge, the more the world will respond to the energy you bring. Till next time.